Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to... No. I'm gonna do... I don't want to do another introduction. I was gonna redo that introduction because I'm supposed to not say, it's me, Doomlink. I'm supposed to just say, welcome back to Doomlink's Life Hunts. I got it right last time, but I'm doing a second recording here because I started off in 3 Ultimate, waited for 15 minutes for 2 people to return in the only room that I could have really joined at the time, and then I found that one of the 2 of them was a cheater, and I was just not in the mood. Someone that I'd played with before, incidentally, but had forgotten about. You know, he had like, I don't know, 54 skill points on one skill in his talisman and like another 50-something skill points in the other. And I just wasn't in the mood, so yeah, here I am in this game. Hopefully things will be a little better. I apologize to any viewers who are waiting for me to start the live stream again. I did actually have to take care of something that I hadn't factored in to the estimated time of 3 minutes to get the next stream set up. I do have a beverage with me today. I will display it. It's called Gravity Well. It's an Imperial Stout, and it's the heaviest Imperial Stout I've ever had. It is 14% alcohol by volume. Oh, they call it an Imperial Pastry Stout. Oh dear. I didn't know that it was a pastry stout. I actually just found out as I turned the can around and read it. I didn't want to drink a pastry stout. Still falls within the category of Imperial, but a pastry stout is, again, I think the word pastry really does make it clear. It says brewed with marshmallows and conditioned on banana, raw Samford Valley honey, and honeycomb sourced by bee 1/3. It's not even capitalized, it just says bee 1/3. And I don't know what the hell that is supposed to mean. It's going to be sweeter than I originally expected. It's funny how I found that out as I was sitting here recording. I really didn't know. It doesn't say pastry stout on the front. It should say pastry stout on the front. I would call this a little misleading. I do specifically avoid pastry stouts, but I will admit to you that I've never had one before, so this will be the first time I'm trying one. Generally, when it comes to Imperial Stouts, I prefer dark chocolate and coffee. Those two work rather nicely together. And that is often what you get. But in the case of this particular stout, I don't think we're going to be getting much of that. It's probably going to be very strong and very sweet. And I'm not... It could be great. It may not have this sickly sweet taste. It may just have an aftertaste of sweetness, but it'll have a fairly strong... I guess stout flavor as well. We shall see. We shall find out. I don't have a room organized, but I'll get one organized. I could make a room myself. I could look for a room. There are, I suppose, those 2 options open to me. Oh god. Turnos with Hunter doing Hellblade G5. Hey, guess what? No. Orkbolg. Okay. I guess I'll join... No, I don't want to do this. Because the room's called Deviants, and I don't want to do Deviants, so... Today's not my day, I don't know what it is, but there's just no one playing Monster Hunter. It's strange, these are usually... Yeah, whatever, guys. Seriously, whatever. See, and it's not even Deviant, so it would have been great, but no, you departed without waiting for me, so... Please help me. Anyway, a name that is not actually meant to be read as a word, but rather as letters, presumably. At Hunter Inc. 69 is asking for help. I will happily render assistance, but that is conditional upon the quest being enjoyable to embark upon. I'll be using my smaller glass today, because I want to enjoy this slowly. I hope that I will enjoy it. Just making sure that the live stream's fine. anyway. I've said this before, but it does feel singularly inappropriate to be pouring from a can into a glass, particularly when it's a nice glass like this, but you're going to have to live with it. And I'm going to have to live with it as well. It probably would bother you a lot less than it would bother me. Alright. Given the nature of this stout, I do have to take in the scent. Yeah, you can definitely smell the banana. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It could be very nice. Oh, for fuck's sake. Silverwind G5. Are you people for real? What is wrong with this community? I'm sick of you all. I don't want to do Silverwind G5. You know how many Silverwinds I've fought? Too many. That is the answer to that question that I just posed, rhetorically. Too many. In excess of 100. And I didn't even want to hunt as many as 20, to be honest. Not a fan of that monster. Alright, let's see how this beverage turns out. Hopefully it's not too sweet. It will be very strong, but I don't want it to be too sweet. I will need a little while to process what I'm tasting here. It is complex. It's not too sweet. I'll say that. At the very least, it's not too sweet. It's... what the fuck is going on? Why does everyone want to do high-level deviants all of a sudden? Can you people just... stop? I'm so sick of this. I just want to play the game. Am I forced to? Okay, I'm forced to do this. Fine. I may even use this loadout. I think I will. I'm really not impressed. Anyway. Yeah, this beer is... I'm not sure about it yet. I will say it's good at least. But I still need to work out how much I'm enjoying it, if that makes any sense. Seems good. To be honest, much of that sweetness from the ingredients listed is swallowed up by that very robust stout flavor. I suppose what I would say is that that's what's listed here manifests more as background complexity rather than, you know, the main flavor of the beverage. Which is good. That's actually what I was hoping, and that's what has turned out to be the reality when it comes to this beer. It's probably not a great idea to drink a heavy imperial stout at 14% alcohol by volume without having even eaten today, but anyway, that's probably not unusual for me to be doing. I don't know what's happened today, guys. I really have got no clue. I was not having a good run with, I'm sure you're perfectly willing to depart. I'm sure you're perfectly willing to depart, but guess what? It's not happening. We're waiting for a third. I don't know what's been happening, but I did not have a good first attempt at 3 Ultimate today. The rooms were just inappropriate, and again, things did not work out according to my desires whatsoever. And so I came onto this game expecting to have a smooth run, because it usually is that. Usually it is smooth. I suppose, to be fair, I generally do not play this game at this time of the week. At this time of day, it's usually 3 Ultimate that occupies my time. Or perhaps even something else. But it seems that Generations Ultimate really is not kicking around much. Yes, I know all about it. We can do it too, man. We can do it. Yeah, of course we can. But you're running paralysis, which means that you're technically running support, and I find support loadouts to be totally inappropriate for two-man hunts. Now, it's sort of made up for the fact that I'm running Pierce, which would quite effectively reap the benefits of a paralyzed monster, but I don't think it's worth what I can only refer to as reduction in damage. Let's do this, says Promotion 1. Guess what, asshole? You can fucking solo it. Let's do this. No. We're not doing this. Here we go, this is a bit better. Potato Chi. Turns room. This should fill up quickly. I don't care if it ends up having deviants posted as turns. Well, perhaps I will start caring if they're high rank deviants, but anyway. No, it's not a good day, Koroku. But we shall persevere. We shall persevere. You watch, we're gonna get fucking high rank deviants on the board. I can smell it. But yeah, fortunately, I was just shit out of luck when I started this recording. There were no rooms available, but things are getting better now. It is worth mentioning that I do filter out rooms where the team has departed on a quest, so I would imagine that there would be many more to choose from if I were willing to actually join a quest in progress. Or join a room where a quest is in progress. I didn't intend to talk to you, adorable as you may be. I meant to... Stop waving at me, it's too cute. She was like calling out to me as well. I love the the cat girls. The Mustress and the one in, I think, Burner. Yeah, the one in Burner. I forgot her name, but... yeah, bloody cute. Hypercatcher Watcher. This is something that I can get behind. Most assuredly. But yeah, I was wanting to check Wendy's loadout. Looks pretty good. It's obviously very standard, but it's, I suppose, what you would call perfect. Bye! Jeez, I don't know what grievance you have with Hypercatcher Watcher. Or what? An interesting hunt that typically wouldn't be posted, I suppose, is boring to you? I'm sorry to hear that. I'll bring a sword and shield. I believe fire is the appropriate element, so I will bring that. But I will double check. I don't want to be caught with my pants down. That's not how I check that. Alright. Catcher is primarily weak to fire. As I suspected. Oh, goodness. Dear me. Oh, and it's G rank, which helps. Sorry, my throat's being a bit uncooperative. Yeah, I think I like this beverage. Does that suddenly mean that I'm going to start drinking pastry stouts? Not necessarily, but I'm more open to trying them now because I had avoided them purely by their description as a pastry stout. Like, I don't want this super... I don't want a dessert beer. But they don't actually come across that way. So, yeah. Again, it's just background complexity and not as specific or even atypical as one would imagine. As far as stouts are concerned, I mean, this is... I'm not going to say that this is an ordinary tasting stout. It's not necessarily typical. But it is a stout first and foremost. It has that flavor. It's not like a dessert beer, so... yeah. Would a non-beer drinker be able to drink this? No. Probably not. It'd probably be way too intense. That's the point. That's why it's good. It's not some entry-level fucking dessert. tasting thing. Okay. It is funny to fight monsters in this area in Generations Ultimate, because it feels so for Ultimate. This part of the locale in particular. Should be able to reposition a little bit to the left there. You don't actually get too much scope for repositioning when you do that attack. There may not actually be any opportunity for that. What are you doing? Sleeping? Well, I stopped attacking, but Mage never fucking worked it out. I didn't realise that one of us was running sleep weaponry. But it just goes to show, I mean, some people do not watch the monster. It seems that they're too busy watching themselves than the monster to work out that something strange is taking place. That's why I generally stop attacking if I see the monster doing something strange. Instinctively, I know that there could be a sleep taking place, or perhaps even something else. But, you know, if there's something unusual that the monster is doing, usually, for me, or at least as far as I'm concerned, that would be the beginning of a sleep animation, because what happens is, whatever the monster was doing is cancelled, and you notice that. But I guess some people don't. They're not actually looking at the monster. Which is what it is. I don't know. Yeah, you can actually reposition fairly well, though. I love falling on my hands and knees endlessly. It's rare to see two people running sword and shield, honestly. Now we can actually fucking drop bombs. Please let me detonate. What the fuck happened? I'm going to assume that was the Jagia that woke him up. I didn't see Mage doing anything untoward. Well, whatever. For those who are unfamiliar with this fact, I did recently remake this Sword and Shield set. It was while I was playing with the guy that I actually got into Monster Hunter with this game. He's Hunter rank 200 and something. We play very infrequently. But when we do play, it's good fun. It's because we mostly use the time that we have to hang out to watch anime. But, you know, occasionally we'll be like, let's do some Monster Hunter tonight, and we do that. But, I saw his armor set that I had effectively made for him. I mean, you know, we do all the work, of course, but I organized the sets for him, and I checked the Sword and Shield loadout that I'd made for him, and I went, this is actually better than the Sword and Shield loadout that I have now. So I made it, and this is it. It's elementally focused, which really is the best way to approach Sword and Shield armor sets, to be honest, because at least going back to previous games, Sword and Shield actually had an elemental damage boost. So, Sword and Shield is, at least romantically, an element weapon. It's focused on elemental damage. I mean, you're not running Sword and Shield to deal heavy, raw damage. I think that would be a bit strange if that were your intention, but I suppose it's possible to do that. Thank you for interrupting my most damaging part of the combo. Well, thank you for interrupting me at the time when I was going to unleash the most damaging attack off my combo. It was very inconsiderate of you, and I don't appreciate it. What just raised up? The sweetness of the beer is starting to come through a little more clearly now. But, still good. It's more of a flavor than just a generic sweetness, I guess. It's one of the problems with certain sweet tasting, well, yeah, beverages, I guess. Certain sweet tasting beverages can just be sweet, and that's it. There's no real substance to them. But this is a flavor. It's a full flavor, which can be interpreted as sweet. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a good beer. I don't know who brews it though. Seems that they opt for a symbol rather than Range Brewing, I think. Gravity Well by Range Brewing. Good beer. Can't remember how much I paid for it though. I think it was about $17, something like that. Australian dollars, okay. Could have been more, could have been 20. I just don't remember. I purchased it a number of days ago, so... yeah. I'm enjoying it more and more as I drink it, so... it's just how it is with a complex beer. You actually need quite a few, in this case, sips, to be able to get a full image in your mind and on your palate of what the flavor is. Quest complete. Thank you for posting a good quest and not a completely garbage one. Look at that. Damaged amber. This really is giving me 4 ultimate flavors. I didn't want to say vibes. I don't want to say vibe anymore. Certain words are picked up in common discourse across, you know, generations of people, and one of those words now is vibe. And people, of course, when a word is taken too far, it loses all meaning and sense. People just say it for the sake of it now. So I actually have to remove certain words from my vocabulary so that I'm not using these empty, sad words. I mean, I would indeed use them differently, but I don't want to use a word like that. So, you know, people saying, oh, I'm vibing. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Most of the time it means fucking nothing. They just say it because it's a word and ugh, it sickens me. The same thing happened with the phrase low key. I mean, there is a high key phrase as well, which I don't often use, but the phrase low key got a similar treatment recently. And I strike them from my word lexicon. I don't have time for that. People who just regurgitate words and don't actually seek to create a sentence. Skip me. But yeah. So I don't even like using the word vibe anymore. It just fucking frustrates me. Not that I used it often, but it is a word that serves a good purpose when you need it. Look at this guy. Hurtles to the quest giver. Let's see if he... oh, is he going to defer to mage? He is, good. At least he's decent enough to do that. Now let's see if he leaves. Help me, you dickhead. Show some respect. Can't believe it. He said it again. You ignorant cunt. Where is you? Do I have a special you? Where is it? Where's my special you? I know they exist. So where is it? Oh, here. Don't help him. Like, literally don't fucking help him. He does not deserve it. I think he's being kicked. Hellblade G5. Fuck, I was defending the rights of this guy to post Hellblade G5. I actually somewhat regret that, but still. That person who comes in completely ignoring the protocol of the room Doesn't even make an attempt to evaluate what's happening. He hurtles towards the quest giver, posts his quest, and then, in a display of pure intransigence upon seeing Mage posting a quest, is like, help me, and refuses to remove the quest from the board. It's just amazing. Like, I don't know what people are thinking when they reward that sort of behavior, because it goes on. The reason why people do that is because they get their way by behaving in that way. That person has probably done that since they started playing this game, and they're in G rank now. So I would guarantee that it's worked. And again, it is not the sort of thing that should be rewarded. It's bad behavior, and it's utterly puerile. That's what it is. It's embarrassing. Like, if I were to do that, I would be embarrassed for myself for having done something like that. But these people know no shame, I guess. I guess heavy pierce. I don't really want to use light pierce at the moment. I'm not in a light pierce mood. I did have this set equipped before, but I didn't end up departing on a quest with it, so... This, Dem person... hopefully isn't having network instability. What's going on? You can at least gem out horrible luck. You don't have a talisman equipped? What are you doing? No way. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at him go! Don't join fucking the end is nigh. Are you fucking joking? I didn't mean to join that. Why would that be fucking posted first? For God's sake. Why would that be number 1 on the quest board when it was posted second? Like, what's that about? That's why I double tapped A to join what was on the board. I wouldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams that they would have put it ahead of the other quest. Idiot. No, see... This is not good enough. You don't reward that sort of behavior. Now, technically rewarding it in full would be cancelling the quest that's on the board and helping him right now. But this person should not be given the opportunity to have their quest done for them because they are not going about it in a respectful way. Like, this is just completely inappropriate to do that. Joining a room where a quest is on the board, another person has joined up on it, and then you just sort of hang around and you go, oh, well, I'm just going to post my own quest. And he doesn't even say anything. He doesn't even make an attempt to communicate. It's unbelievable. What sort of behavior is that? I want to actually see what this person looks like. I want to see the physical manifestation of pure stupidity. I want to witness it. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with him and just at least try to ascertain, like, what his thought process is. I mean, there isn't one, I suppose. There isn't much of anything going on in his head, obviously, but... seriously. This community is fucking pathetic. I hope my ammunition is fine. I was so fulsomely distracted by that situation that I do not think that I've got the ammunition that I need, but whatever. Wow, I'm not in a good position right now. I'm really not in a good position. I have departed on a G5 Hellblade quest, which involves 3 monsters, and I did not bring the ammunition. I shouldn't have taken a Nullberry, I don't need them. But yeah, I really foolishly departed without the ammunition that I needed, and I'm now actually I suppose a burden on the team. But I was distracted by that guy. Anyway. monster number 1. I'll start with Blast level 1 for fuck's sake. No, I shouldn't be. Is this regular Glavenus or is this Hellblade? Let me check. Oh no, it's Hellblade, so he would presumably have some resistance to Blast, you would imagine. Just gonna shoot some normal level 2. I feel like such an idiot. I mean, normal shots are fine, it's just, it helps to have normal up, you know. I hope these guys are dealing alright damage. They seem to be doing alright, but... Again, this is not... it's not my finest hour. Having turned up without bringing ammunition, I would actually, for this quest, have brought combination materials for PS1. Hope I'm not too close. As usual, my speakers are too loud, by the way. That is a given. Double tail spin, yes. I'm so frustrated with myself. At least gunpowder infusion will increase my normal damage. I'm just shooting him at this stage. I'm not entirely used to the sensitivity of bowgun in this game right now, but because again it's much lower in the older games, but I can adapt to it quickly enough, I guess. It just means that my accuracy won't be as good as it could be. Because when you're trying to get shots out on target in a short space of time, it really helps to know the timing that you need to get it right. That sense of timing is dictated by your understanding of how long it takes to achieve a certain action with the sensitivity that you have, and I don't really know. I don't have a sense for that right now. I'm loving this beer more and more as I drink it. It's really nice. I think part of it is that, you know why I'm liking it more and more? It's because it's... I don't want to say warming up. It's not actually warm. But it's becoming less cool. Less cold, I guess. I had left it in the fridge. I took it out of the fridge some 25 to 30 minutes before I started drinking it, but even then it was a little bit too... Here we go, we got to sleep. Even then it was a little too... Are you the genuine article? Potato Cheese says, why would you do that? You absolute fucking moron. This person does not deserve to have their quest done for them. It is as simple as that. You are a living, breathing idiot. What are you pinging for? What do you want? You're literally distracting me. Stop pinging so much. God, I had to take a hit because I had to look and see what you were doing. Like, anyway. Fucking hell. The monster had been asleep for like 3 seconds. 3 full seconds, and the guy just walks up to it and attacks the legs. Doesn't even make an attempt to hit a weak point, just hits the legs with a standard sword and shield attack. Dangerously moronic is what you are. Oh, this quest, quite frankly, is not going to be a good one. It's going to go on and on and on. I mean, why are you running sleep weaponry, for fuck's sake? No one on this team, you included probably, has brought enough bombs for that. I certainly fucking haven't. And again, as I asserted just previously, I don't think he has either. So, yeah. Fucking waste of time, really. Oh my god, look at all the damage everyone's taking. That's gonna catch up with them. It's only the first of 3 monsters. It's great to see you jumping around, contributing fucking nothing. Oh, Dem is using Charge Blade. Sorry, I thought he was using a Sword and Shield, but he obviously was in Sword and Shield mode on his Charge Blade when he woke up the monster, so... Point is, fuck that guy. He's an idiot. Normally I would reload into Gunpowder Infusion, but thought I may as well. Use it for the raw there. A little bit out of range. Let me get in a little closer. Okay. Don't know how the tail is as a shot zone. I know it's good for element, but I don't know about shot damage. Fucking hell. I will supernova during the knockdown. God, the range of your tail is ridiculous. So this is Hellblade number 2. I'll make sure that we... Oh no, this is regular Glavenus. Well, just for good measure, I will paintball this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Dem changes targets to the fucking Glavenus with full health. I would not be surprised if he did that. Not at all. I couldn't even see you doing that. Couldn't even see it. Leave me alone, Glavenus, seriously. Good flash bomb. Don't know who threw that, but it was well timed and well positioned. It's good to get that side-by-side comparison with the design of Hellblade and regular Glavenus. Hellblade has that evil crimson glow of his eyes. Oh yeah, that's right, they named a fucking monster Crimson Glow. Crimson Glow Valstrax. What, you mean fucking Valstrax? Like, he always has a crimson glow. Assholes. Can you believe that this is only 2 of 3 monsters? Like, fuck off, really. Can't see anything. If we could kill this one, that would be amazing. I would be a happy camper. For God's sake. That one's dead. Thankfully. There's another flash bomb. Couldn't see anything for a full second there, but as long as it works. I will actually expend all of my normal level 3. I wish I were contributing more. I really do. Oh great, the environment is working against me now. Couldn't fucking roll out of the way of that. Thankfully the music has gone back to the Glavenus theme, or has gone to the Glavenus theme, which happens to be a much better song than the boring Deviant theme, which you have to listen to for the vast majority of Deviant hunts. Really, really boring. Ugh, fucking hell. Normal level 3 is fine if you can use it properly. I'm not really using it properly. You need to position it in such a way as to promote good ricochets. And I don't think I'm really doing that. I'm doing my best. I'm not well practiced with normal 3. Are you fucking kidding me? I have Evade Extender, and I did 2 rolls before you got that attack out, and it still managed to get me, so... I guess if you're the target of that, you'd be better off sheathing and diving, quite frankly. But I couldn't see if I was the target or not. I guess you can get a sense for it. If he's facing in your direction, he's going to swing himself in that direction, so... Anyway, point is, it wasn't for lack of trying to get out of the way of it that I got killed. So... At least my conscience is clear. Well, not completely clear, because of course, I could have come into this hunt better prepared, but even then I feel like there's a reason for it. I was distracted by pure unfettered stupidity. See how the ricochet just bounces off? Well, that managed to go through him a little bit. Well, we've got one free death, well, one death left, and then on the 3rd, or technically the 4th, we will fail. Actually, I will gunpowder infusion and get a supernova ready. Oh, that was... I didn't realize that there was a sweet spot for supernova. It seems that the place where it detonates has a really damaging attack, because you could hear the sound of it, and there was a visual effect as well. Oh, you dickhead. I saw that. That was just abysmal. Anyway, wouldn't it be great if we failed after all this? But yeah, that was really good positioning for supernova. Range-wise, it seems that the range between yourself and the monster is relevant to the amount of damage that you deal with supernova. Got a good ricochet there. Got a really good one there, and another good one. Managed to get a damage threshold there. I think team morale is not great right now. Oh, there's a sleep. Not that that's going to mean anything, because we've got Dem on the team. Literally doesn't care about the sleep. He thinks the monster's just, you know, the monster's sleeping for fun. You know, the person's bringing a sleep weapon just so that we can watch it do a sleep animation. It is not pursuant to any damage dealing or anything like that. No, it's just for fun. Anyway. There's no point commenting on that further, because the guy's an idiot and we've worked that much out. What? Potato Chi just had an automatic message come through which says, I'm in position of stuck. Which I guess means I'm stuck. I'm stuck versus I'm in position of stuck. The most inefficient way to say something. And it's also incorrect, obviously. Well, When he turns up in the room, Koroku, posting his own quest, completely ignoring what else is going on, that's a red flag. It means he's an idiot. So there should be no surprise that he is playing stupidly and without any sense whatsoever. If it were my room, he would have been kicked immediately for having just posted his own quest randomly like that. So, you know, it's only Potato Chee's fault for not having removed him. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure if Potato Cheese removed the first guy. It looked as if that had happened, but maybe not. Dem is going for a fucking lap around the map. Alright, it's Pierce time. Managed to get the reload and the gunpowder infusion out for the reload cancel. And, I guess, animation cancel is what I mean to say. Tried to reload there, didn't work. I will supernova as a priority. I don't know if I got any damage out for that one. That is the downside to trying to use supernova as soon as you've got it charged up. You heighten the risk of failure. Dem is not doing well. Let's not forget that it is entirely within the realms of possibility that we fail this quest, so wouldn't that be a delightful waste of everyone's fucking time? Truly delightful. Now, come to think of it, I do have, yeah, shot booster, which would, as I imagine, make normal shots less critical distance reliant. But I've never really looked into that. What am I doing? I did not intend for that. How the fuck did I even do that? Did not press the buttons that I obviously meant to press there. I now have to worry about my stamina again, which is fine. Stamina management should be part of playing the game. I had my Mega Dash Juice so that I may increase my health from 100 to 150. Well, if he falls, he'll fall in this sort of direction, I think. Perhaps not. I just want to be in good piercing position. I am using gunpowder infusion as a priority. I would like to avoid shooting any of my shots without gunpowder infusion's damage boost, and the reason why is because I do have a finite amount of pierce shots. A notably finite amount. I mean, technically, you never have an infinite number of pierce shots, but yeah. It's less than it should be. That really is the sum of it. Thank God you didn't have as much width to that attack as I thought you did, because I thought I'd take a hit in that moment. I really can't do much in the face of that now, can I? Incredible range and incredible distance of movement. Well, it's a wide arc of effectiveness is what I mean to say. Well, we've got to sleep, so I may as well just whip out a supernova. Look, Dem is running towards the monster to go and wake it up. I hope I was within range, anyway. A supernova wake-up hit would be pretty fucking good, but I think I was a bit too far away. I just wanted to get it out before Dem could just walk up to the monster and hit it. See, that attack there has a great deal of horizontal range to it. He snaps from left to right, and yeah, I mean, we could fail. I think we're one death away from failure, aren't we? Yeah, one death away from failure, so it's just a matter of when rather than if, to be honest. Dem has run to the opposite side of the fucking map for some reason. He might be out of potions, I don't know. Looks like he's sharpening, which is fine. It's just... God, what would be better to shoot? Fucking... I guess Thunder level 2 would be better than shooting... No, I'll shoot some Blast. I'll start with some Blast, but I'm not shooting normal level 1. That's... complete garbage. God, look at the recoil on that. Fuck off. I don't know how many shots it takes for the blast to take effect. I can only imagine that that relates to the blast resistance that a monster would have. And he should have pretty high blast resistance, you would think. Technically, it is my fault that this quest isn't over, because it would be if I had brought the ammunition that I was supposed to bring. Again, normal shots are fine, but this is not a normal set. Like, I don't have normal up and I don't have sharpshooter, so I was dealing suboptimal damage with normal. So if I had brought the ammunition that this particular set was designed to boost the damage of, there goes Dem. I'm not surprised to see that he was the one who lost us the fight. But again, it was a foregone conclusion. I knew that we were going to fail that because we've got that guy on our team, which is one giant handicap. Hopefully, our host is severely regretting letting that idiot stay in our room. Bit of a waste of fucking time, isn't it? Incredible waste of time. I mean, that was 20 minutes to achieve literally nothing. We expended our resources, but we didn't achieve anything. So, and we expended resources and time for nothing. So, yeah, great. 20 minutes of your life that you're never going to get back. If Dem isn't removed from the room, I will leave myself, because I'm not hunting with this person. You're also using a sleep weapon. You are bringing a sleep weapon to the fight with no concept of how to make use of sleep as a status. You fucking goober. Who would have the patience for that? Not me, I'm out. Fuck all of you. But particularly that guy. Godzilla. Did you not have the characters to write Godzilla? I don't get it. This person's laughing in Japanese. Something wicked. Okay. Thanks. It is about what I can expect at this stage. Fuck the pair of you. Have some patience, for the love of God. Derek doing Elder Frost. Dem sitting alone in the room, unsurprisingly. Fuckwit. Is it time to make my own room? I don't know. Silverwind 5. Silverwind 5. For fuck's sake. Let's make my own room. G rank. Well, name it turns, huh? May as well be honest. G rank turns. Or turns G, I don't fucking know. HR minimum 50. I don't want to bar too many people from this room, because that will only increase the length of time that I have to sit here waiting. This has not been a good day for recording, guys. I had a completely botched attempt in 3 Ultimate due to the community sucking there. And now I'm having to deal with the community sucking even harder in this fucking place. So, yeah, is Monster Hunter dead? Is the community a waste of time and space? Yes, I would say yes overall. Mage has joined me here. Fortunately, he wasn't filtered out. Good of you to bow. Ugh. You can boast. I don't mind. P2. I don't have anything to post. I do have G-rank quests that haven't been completed, but they're all fucking gathering quests, so... yeah. And you've now returned to me drunk. Good on you. The only good thing about this recording has literally been this beer. That's it. At least for me. This has been thoroughly enjoyable. Really good. But you know, I'd rather have a nice beverage to go along with a nice recording, not a nice beverage to go along with a shit show. But whatever, those are the cards I've been dealt. Turns rooms are usually very highly subscribed, so I can expect it to fill quicker than some other room. And, you know, I'm Hunter rank 999 as well, so that usually serves as a persuasive factor, persuading factor. The Shadow in the Cave. This is one that I would actually rather 3-man than 4-man. Because it's not hyper, so it'll be over and done with pretty quickly. I'll bring a greatsword for it. Actually, yeah, I'll bring the Garo sword. Because I don't often use this, as you will all attest to. Is it better to use... yeah, I think we'll use this. The sharpness isn't really good enough to go with non-sharpness. Wait, that is the difference, right? Yeah, this one doesn't have sharpness +2, so... I wouldn't say the sharpness is good enough for that, so... this set shall do. The great thing about this sword is that it does actually visually change as you charge it. I think it glows green or something. It's very nice. Sadly though, it is inferior to my other fire greatsword. I only use it because it looks nice. No other reason. But as far as event fire greatswords go, I much prefer the Anima Reaper from 3 Ultimate to this thing. I guess my only wish is the Anima Reaper looked bigger when sheathed. Looks a bit dumpy, I guess. Just looks a bit too small on the back of the hunter. We have a third running Toyohisa sword. I saw a flash of it, just briefly. Well, I'm happy to see that you're using this fucking set, but without the Nesset greatsword. Very refreshing. We got a fourth and I didn't even notice it. Ariel. Well, this quest is going to be heavily trivialized by... Okay, yeah, fuck off, get out of here, idiot. Like, great. It would not please me more. Or it could not please me more to see you leave. Fucking Orcus Quarkus. I don't need like a full Pierce Cheese team against a non-hyper G-rank monster. I think I can live without that. The old geologist has given us a quest for the shadow in the cave, Kezu. I don't think I have. No. Oh, I do have pickaxes, but I'm not in the mood to go mining, to be honest. After all that, I'm still not in the mood, so I won't. Thanks for the ping. Oh, I need to top up my cool drinks. I shall do that. If I remember to do so. I can give no guarantees beyond that. That Kezu looks pretty small. Maybe it's just because I was far away, but he looked like a little baby. He seems fairly normal sized, I guess. You can see the green appearance. Oh, there is actually a scabbard when sheathed. Where the scabbard goes, I don't know, but that's pretty cool. And it has a very similar sound effect to that of the Elatrion greatsword. Stop it. This monster is getting utterly destroyed. Unsurprisingly, of course. All it takes is that one Pierce person. Bit off target there. I do feel sorry for the Kezu. He doesn't have much of a chance of doing anything, to be honest. I don't know how I knocked him down by hitting his wing, but that happened. I will use Moonbreaker, but not during the mount. I'll just get hit out of it. Ended up hitting the wing, I think, which is not what I wanted. The wing is not a good part of the monster to attack. Well, look who fucking disconnected. Now we can go back to having a real hunt. Instead of just the entire monster being covered in pierce effects. The damage has already been dealt anyway. Anyway. I do love that the sound effect of the Garo Greatsword is the way that it is. I'm gonna kill you. I don't have time for mellings. I am getting out some of my frustrations that accumulated in... Oh, well, if you would like to capture, then fair enough. But yeah, my frustrations which accumulated in 1st gen are being taken out on the 4th gen mellings, but still, oops, that's supposed to be a trank, not a fucking paintball. Get in there. Are you kidding me? You are the one who seemingly can't line up with a trap that you placed. Can we please get this to work? Enjoy your nap. Ew. That is truly unpleasant. May as well top up the glass, hey? Don't know if I can fit the rest of the beer in, but... not quite. Still a bit more, which is good. That's very good news. Such a good beer. Is it the best Imperial Stout I've ever tasted? That would be hard to say, but it's definitely up there. It's good. It perpetuates the good name of Imperial Stout, at least in my mind. But yeah, it's got so much more flavour now that it's not quite so chilled. You don't want to chill complex beers because as you make it colder, you mute the flavour. If you let it, you don't want it warm, but you don't... You want it to be cool. Just cool. Bit cooler than room temperature. That's the best way to enjoy a complex beer, because that's where all the flavour comes from. Well, it's just you and me again, Mage. It's going to turn into a one-man show, honestly, if no one else wants to join. You being the one man. Because I'm not posting. It's his lucky day. Given the fact that he posted that, I can only assume that he needed the materials, so I'm always happy to assist in people's armor and weapon crafting endeavors. Not much action today, huh? I suppose we just have to wait until we start appearing in people's quest lists again. Well, room lists, rather. Because, needless to say, we do not appear if we are on a quest. But once we return, then we start appearing again. So there is that, I suppose. Intervening period where we just have to wait for people to find us. But you can, of course, disable that feature where only rooms where the team is not departed on the quest are shown, but everyone has that enabled, so... And I keep it enabled usually also. So it is the way it is. It very much changes the way multiplayer is conducted. But I don't want to get into that discussion. It's a lengthy one. Here we go. Just as I was shrugging at the fact that no one was joining, someone came, literally in that moment. You have chosen to greet me in a language that I can't read, but that's alright. P3. Mage has, quite appropriately, he was not obliged to do this, but he has stood there and waited for a third to join because he felt that it would be a little excessive to make use of my services twice in a row. But I wouldn't have begrudged him that, had he chosen to do that. Had he chosen to avail himself of my assistance on 2 consecutive occasions, I think I would have made an allowance. Deranged Desert Devil Joe. I'm going to go ranged. Thunderlight Bowgun, and I'm going to use Resentment. And when I say use it, I mean not, and I repeat, not consume a cool drink. If I consume a cool drink during this hunt, I'm a fucking idiot. And I will tell you why. Resentment boosts your damage when you have red health. Any amount of red health. Now, if you depart on a quest where you are guaranteed to automatically be in red health constantly, but then consume a cool drink, you've basically castrated yourself. Hayden, with full Neset and the ancient Egyptian surfboard. Great. Just in case anyone needed to know, there were no ancient Egyptian surfboards. There aren't many waves along the Nile, okay? Not that I've ever seen. I haven't been to the Nile. I've been to the Red Sea and the Dead Sea, but not the Nile. One day I shall. I never got to swim in the Dead Sea, though. I swam in the Red Sea, but swimming in the Dead Sea is, well, something that I very much regret I didn't get to do. But that's a long story. I don't have much in the way of ammunition, obviously, because I needed to use everything that I had in that previous hunt with the Glavenus, but this is all I need. It is all I need. I've got all the internal ammunition associated with this gun. I need to be cognizant of the fact that I don't want to be using a cool drink. Yeah, I've got plenty of internal ammunition, and the longevity of Thunder level 1 will certainly get me to the end of the hunt. Basically, my damage output is very high for a monster like this. Savage Devil Joe is exceptionally weak to Thunder, and this is going to be a very heavy Thunder damage output loadout. It's not just going to be, it is, but I'm going to be demonstrating that. My damage with red health is 388. You could actually see it change from 368 to 388. Now, an increase of 20 true raw is fucking significant, so there you go. Ibirujo. He seems a bit angry and aggressive, doesn't he? I actually need to fight you in 3 Ultimate. I want your switch act in 3 Ultimate. Someone tuning in late is going to be like, why haven't you consumed a cool drink, Doomlink? For very good reason, as it so happens. Now, as I understand it, he does become more elementally... what's the word? Excuse me. Bloody beer. He does become more elementally vulnerable. Ow. When he is enraged. Oh dear. Well, he's dead. How the fuck did he survive that? Congratulations, man. That was... Oh, you were so close. He approached it correctly. I think that he did the right thing. by prioritizing healing in that situation. He stood still, went for the heal. I would have done the same, and I would have met the same fate. Because, you know, you've got two choices. Either you try to escape the monster in vain, or you in fact prioritize the healing so you can take another hit. He was one hit away from death, and I'm not in a good position, by the way. Just to let you know. But, yeah, that was really bad luck. I can't believe that the Devil Joe shat on him so completely. But that is what happened. I'm kind of surprised by the complete lack of participation among my viewers today. Obviously none of my regular viewers have been tuning in, save for Koroku. But whatever, you do have days like that. Good thing I spent, you know, a decade recording videos while talking literally to myself. I'm pretty good at doing that by now. Well, I can't really do much if you jump that fucking far forwards. That's just ridiculous. Ow. Am I healing more on account of the fact that I have not consumed a cool drink? Yes. But again, the constant increase to my damage makes it worth it. What are you eating? Paralysis? Beautiful. Just making sure that he doesn't move his head out of my range, like he did just there. Wow, I'm really fucking everything up now. Why the... well, I can't say that for sure, but perhaps lag compensation still dealt the damage on that. The breaking of the head was not indicative of that, because of course the breaking of the head takes place after the paralysis has concluded, so it could have happened earlier on, but doesn't matter. If I could hit this fucking face, that would be brilliant. I don't want to be body blocked by Hayden. I don't have... maybe I do have Full House 3. I don't know, but I have a distinct feeling that I'm still having to settle for Full House 2, which is fine. Go away! Good flinch. It's not really good when you go into a neutral animation and then snap into an attack. That's really bothersome. I have to use Bullet Geyser for the evade window there. I managed to actually get damage out on it too, which I was not expecting. That was a pleasant bonus. You can see how that attack can catch you when you least expect it. I could have actually been in range of that. Fortunately, I was not. Very good. It would be strange if that were me. I mean, I wasn't hitting the face from what I could tell, but who knows? The follow-up jump attack really does need to be accounted for. Sometimes I position myself to hit Devil Joe after he finishes that attack, but then I put myself in a terribly compromising position in so doing, because I've neglected to actually get ready to avoid the jump attack that follows it. Dude, really hate that attack. I went in for the leg hitbox. Better to get hit by the leg than the fucking face. That I can assure you. Can you not? Look how quickly he went in for that second follow-up. Well, how quickly he went in for that follow-up. Wasn't great. He's limping, which means that he's basically dead. Thanks for body blocking me there. But yeah, Savage Deviljho is known to be one of the monsters with the lowest limp threshold. Which means that he is currently at extremely low health. Usually, he just dies. And he's dead. But yeah, usually he just dies. So it is unusual to see him limp. No, that's fine, Koroku. I don't expect you to constantly be chatting away. I'm just surprised that no one else is here. It is what it is. I suppose my infrequent streaming is really what causes that. That is a very awkward way to die. Look at that. He's bent rigid over an incline. Just that whole position there is terribly awkward. Look at it. It's almost effeminate. It really grosses me out. I mean, some people are going to look at that and go, I like me some of that. But those would be, you know, part of the scaly sub-community of furries, but anyway. You know, I can't believe furries are still around. Back when I discovered furries, a long time ago, I really thought that they were just a thing that would come and go, but no. I think they've only gotten bigger. And they've expanded beyond the US. It used to be an American thing. Like, a really American thing. But now it's... Now I think it's become a bit more worldwide. So we did lose one of our hunters here. Mage. Okay. P4. We'll see what Hayden wants to post. If it's Atul Kar, I'll do it, but I won't be happy about it. Probably won't be, though. At Hunter rank 104, he should be beyond that by now. He's already got his Atul Kar stuff. What is this bow? It looks really nice. That is a fucking cool bow. Harbinger's battle bow. It's so nice. It just folds really cleanly. I suppose it's an example of simplicity being beautiful. And yeah. Just has a real striking look to it. Okay. Raging Brachydios. Haven't done this in a while. Do you guys remember the last time I did a Raging Brachydios on camera? Feels like it's been at least 6 months, maybe even longer. There was a period of time when I was doing Raging Brachydios pretty frequently, but again, that was a long time ago now. It may have even been more than 6 months. If I think about it, you know, it's July, so I would say last time I did this on camera was in 2021 sometime. Hayden has... What happened, man? Let's wait for him to come back. Well, I'm not going to say anything, because his spot may be taken anyway, but I'm guessing he disconnected. He might try to reconnect, or whatever caused him to disconnect is a little more permanent than that. So, I think the best way to approach this is wait for a fourth to join, at which point I will tell Kaz to post, because he would be next in line. At least in my opinion. You know what would complete me? A life supply of this beer. That would be amazing. It's really good. Xander has joined. P2. Let's see what he posts. Raging Brachydios was a great choice. And I'm actually quite upset that we've now skipped over that. You watch, whatever has been posted here will be far less exciting. It will probably be really boring and something that I've done many times before. Never mind. Hyper Huracan. The monster lineup has been improving. I was expecting, you know, fucking Hyper Silver Rathalos or something, but no. Or a Cantor or something like that. But I'm in the mood for a Cantor. I'll bring a Lance. Water Lance. Whatever that would be. What is my Water Lance in this game? Oh yeah, Nibblesnarf. Dragon's Howl. Why they call a Nibblesnarf weapon Dragon's Howl, I've got no idea. Literally no idea. But fine. Don't question it, I suppose would be the sentiment. The set that I'm using right now is the one that caused me to stop playing this game for like 6 months. Because I needed that one piece of Grand Tokka. That leg piece there. And getting that was hellish. Because of the number of villager requests that I had to do. And I couldn't find solid information. This is back when the game first came out. I could not find solid information online that would tell me how to actually follow villager requests to unlock Grand Tokka. And, you know, eventually, during the period of time that I spent not playing the game because I was so fucking frustrated that I couldn't get the thing that I wanted for my armor set because the villager request system was so complex that I couldn't even work out how to unlock it. During that period of time, someone that I played Monster Hunter with at the time was just like, well, just do all of the villager requests. And I sort of scoffed at it and I was like, fuck that. And then I sort of thought about it and realized, well, I guess I should. Maybe I should do that. And that's what I did. I haven't actually completed them all, but it was after having resolved to do them all that I unlocked Grand Tokka. And really, it shouldn't be necessary for me to resolve to do literally every villager request. If I want one thing in particular, on account of the fact that the villager requests are just so confusing and convoluted and difficult to make sense of. It's really just nightmarish. What beer is this? It is an Imperial Stout at 14% alcohol by volume. It is called Gravity Well. And I think the brewery is Range Beer, is that right? Range Brewing. That is the brewery. It's very good. It's in a West Vleteren 12 glass, which is an appropriate glass for this beer, really. Oh, great. I ended up countering the impact of the chin and then being sequentially affected by the tremor. If you're not in Australia, you're not going to find it. If you are in Australia, then look for it. It's very good. This is a local beer. This is not something that is exported. As far as I'm aware, like it's not imported to this country because it's brewed here, and I can't imagine us exporting it. So, yeah. Australia only. I tend to drink beers from other countries more often, but yeah, this would be a good Australian beer. You say probably not, and I would say definitely not. Feels good to fight an Urugan in this game. I don't do it often enough. Urugan is one of those monsters that is just left in the dust, and I think the reason why is because you don't really need him for anything. When are you fighting an Urugan for something in Generations Ultimate? His armor and his weapons just are not used. So, yeah, he's not a common monster to fight. So I'm all the more grateful that it has been posted. Keeps it fun. I do have a corkscrew jab at the ready. That random chin slam that I got hit by there is something that was added in this game. Well, added in Generations. Ugh. But yeah, it's a really good Imperial Stout. Imperial Stout is my preferred style of stout. I do regret that I guess the face of stout would be Guinness. Guinness really is just sad. It's not good beer. Like, it's fine. Like the reality is that pubs in my country are not great, and sometimes Guinness ends up being the best beer that they've got. You know, it's either that or some shitty IPA or a garbage lager or a cider that I don't want to drink. And Guinness just ends up being the better choice, but fucking hell. Guinness is not that great. I'll never forget, I was in the Isle of Man with my great uncle. And I just, you know, said offhand, I wonder if they've got stout in this pub, like good stout. And he said, "You'll never find a stouter stout than Guinness." And I just, yeah, didn't have anything to say to that. A stouter stout than Guinness? I think you will. Maybe 40 years ago you couldn't find a stouter stout than Guinness, but things have moved on. Guinness tastes like fucking water compared to most stout that I drink. So, yeah. In fact, not even compared to most stout that I drink. Guinness tastes like water. Just in general. Anyway. Oh, only barely was able to counter that. Barely. Oh, I'm not going to be able to shield advance that fucking far. Oh, I still managed to hit him though. Could have been worse. Fucking hell. Do have to love shield assault. The thing is, I don't want to do shield assault and then not have my attack after it. If I use the full range of shield assault, there will be no assault involved. It'll just be me running towards the monster. And I'd like to have it end in an attack, because I can only assume that at shield assault level 3, that would be pretty high damage. I just don't know why people drink garbage beer. You're right in likening it to piss, because it is like piss. It's just... it has no worthwhile flavor characteristics, and it's just bad. People literally develop a taste for bad beer. It's incredible. We have an excuse over here. Beer used to be currency. Like in the early days of Australia, beer was currency. So, yeah, I get it, but it's fucking 2022. Can we raise the game a little bit? Like, seriously, you go into a pub here and you've got stuff like Carlton Draft. Carlton Draft? Fucking VB and all that. I mean, I wouldn't do... I can't actually think of a scenario where I would use a beer for any practical purpose outside of drinking it, but, you know, I wouldn't use it for anything. I just, like, pour it down the sink. Seriously. I was in the unenviable position one day of having, you know, something like 6 or 7 Carlton Drafts, and I just felt like shit because it's terrible beer. I was drinking with friends and, you know, I wasn't paying for the beer. But fucking hell, I would have rather pay for it, because Carlton Draft is awful. You know, it's just the point is, it's bad beer. And again, Australian, not something you'd get over there, but truly awful. People develop a taste for just bad taste. It's incredible. It's what the dad drinks. It's like, well, yeah, that's because that's all he could get in a fucking pub 50 years ago. Maybe not 50 years ago. But... okay, that is an awkward position to die. Look at that. He's gone rigid already. Rigor mortis has set in mere seconds after death. There you go. That is one way to die. Remember planking? Well, Urugan is planking right now. I'm glad planking only lasted for maybe 12 months. Could have even been less than 12 months. Planking was never funny. Can I just put that on record? That was never funny. That was stupid. And just, ugh. An example, like that would be an early example of the internet affecting the real world, you know. And that was bad. Well, exactly. I don't think I'd want to boil bratwurst in shit beer. There's plenty of shit German beer, as far as I'm aware, but also plenty of very good German beer. What's most insulting is when, in this country, they import shit German beer. Like, what are you doing? You've got Weihenstephaner, Paulaner, Franziskaner. What else is there? Schneiderweiss. Huge numbers of just exemplary beer. And then you get random shit like Schöfferhofer and Früher Kölsch. I mean, no. Get it out of the country. We don't need it. It's average, bordering upon shit. We don't need it. Keep it in Germany. Give us the good stuff, of which there is plenty. Just can't believe it. Like, what's wrong with people? Ugh. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that, Magnum. You've been around and you've got good taste, so I'm happy to hear that. But you're absolutely right. Beautiful beer. I've never had it on tap, only bottled, but yeah, amazing stuff. Oh, sorry, I need to be P3. I forgot that I had to actually organise the room a little bit. Preside over proceedings. Wait. Yeah, P3. Because I think Kaz just posted, right? Yes, he did. He was red player previously. I need to keep track of things. Another Devil Joe, but this one is Hyper Devil Joe. Right, importing kegs of German beer in a German beer garden. Over here, you probably... Well, it depends on... No, I'm not going to assume that they wouldn't import a keg of Schneiderweiss. Incidentally, I'm not good at my German pronunciation, so I'm sure that's not the correct way to pronounce it, but the point is that you knew what I was talking about. But yeah, over here it's hard to find that. I'm more of a Belgian beer guy. That was my introduction into beer. Through Belgian beer. Not by way of anyone's influence, but, you know, when I decided that I would give beer a try, I started out more of as a spirit person, you know, drinking whiskey and rum and, well, every spirit except for vodka, because vodka sucks, and everyone knows it, who drinks a spirit. When I decided that I would give beer a try, I thought that I would actually look for something good instead of something shit, because my country has shit beer in abundance, and so I did some proper research and found that Belgium has some robustly fantastic beers, and that was where it all began for me. That's why I'm drinking this out of a Westvleteren 12 glass. It's because I have a whole collection of glasses for Belgian beers, and I try to drink them as frequently as I can. It's just that sometimes it can be a little inconvenient to purchase them for one reason or another. But, yeah. What was put on the board again? I hate it when I don't internalize that. Let's have a look. It is Devil Joe. I'll bring a dragon weapon. Maybe a lance. I'll keep with lance. Well, no, I'll do gun lance, seeing as though I've already done a lance recently. Do I have a blunt dragon gun lance? This isn't. This is blast, I think. Blunt dragon gun lance? Probably not. I can always hope. No. Well, that's fine. World's Demise. Delirium Tremens. I'm not a fan of that one. That one's got a bit of a fishy taste, actually. My preference would be Delirium Nocturnum. Delirium Tremens was one that I had fairly early on. It's the one with the red elephants, of course. That, well, I suppose Delirium in general is represented by red elephants, not necessarily Tremens. I find that a better tasting beer to Delirium Tremens that is actually a bit more mild in that style of flavour is Orval, the Trappist beer. Orval's really nice. It comes in a bottle that looks like a bowling pin, and like I've always called it, the bowling pin, and lovely beer, really nice. O-R-V-A-L. Going for a tail swing that quickly is just rude, quite frankly. But yeah, I would advise you to get into Belgian beer if you haven't. It sounds like you haven't, but yeah. There are a lot. The ones that I would recommend, I'll give you a top... Oh, the top 3 is hard, but Yeah, I'll give you a top 3. Trappist Rochefort, which is... well, I don't want to spell it out, but... it's written more like Trappistes Rochefort. Pronounced Trappist Rochefort. And number 10, particularly, so Trappist Rochefort 10, is my personal favourite. As well as that, well, the standard one that you would have would be Lef, L-E-F-F-E. That is your standard Belgian beer that you would find, which happens to be very good as well. A huge number of different Lef beers out there. Lef Blonde, beautiful. Lef Brun, or Brune, sorry, not brown. Lef Brune, beautiful. Very similar to Maredzu, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend Maredzu. It's sort of like... it's good, but it's not common, and it's not worth going out of your way to drink it, is what I would say about Maredzu. I used to have a glass for it, but it broke. It's one of my first Belgian beer glasses, actually. So Lef is good. There's so many, I don't even want to go through them all. I don't want to turn this into like a beer-only conversation, because that's what it would turn into if you got me on the Belgian beer, but... yeah. You're making a list? Well... later on I'll give you a list. Like I'll read them out. Not read them, but rather enunciate them. I just don't want to... like, for anyone who doesn't drink beer who's watching this, this must be thoroughly uninteresting. But anyway. In the interest of those people, I'll resume that point later. I don't mind doing 2 Devil Joe in short succession. I'm a huge fan of Devil Joe. Always have been, from the moment I was destroyed by him in Tri. He was a genuinely scary monster back then. Well, okay, fine, go for it, man. The only reason why I was hit by that was because the environment worked against me. Devil Joe was backing up against a wall, so he wasn't actually moving out of my range. So I was in range of that, sadly. Oh well. Actually, that is reloaded. I need to consume a max potion. I'm frustrated that I died, but... whatever. It felt as if it were outside of my control, so I don't really mind so much. You've decided to place the trap miles away from the fucking monster, so I'm not actually going to stand by it. I'm going to opt for damage dealing here. I can't believe that you hit me. I thought I was underneath you, but apparently I was still within the range of your facial hitbox. Oh dear. Well, he may actually, in trying to leave the area, end up in the trap, so... in fact, he definitely will. That is within his path. So... that would work rather well. I've decided that I don't like Gunlance versus Devil Joe. I'm sure the single shot, heavy shot there was not great, but... sorry if I hit you, Xander. At this stage I'm just trying to get my heat gauge up. Oh. Kodoku says Spanish beers are the worst shit I've had the misfortune to drink. I've never tried Spanish beers, but I'll keep away from them if that's your impression. Because you're probably right. I think the fact that I've never had a Spanish beer may relate to the fact that they're not very good. Which is possibly wrong, but I don't know. If that's your impression, I'll trust you on that. They may very well be good Spanish beers, but again, sometimes... Do you mean Hispanic or Spanish? Like the country Spain or Spanish-speaking countries? I think we should establish that first and foremost. Beers from Spanish-speaking countries, I think I've had a few of those. I mean, Corona would be one, but... which isn't stupendous, but there are worse. But as far as beers from Spain, no, never had one. Sorry, Xander. I will be doing my Wyvern Fire soon. Xander is dead. Shit. Things are really falling apart. I'm really sorry to see that, to be honest, and the reality is that I've technically contributed to it, so I can't really blame anyone else. That looked pretty damaging, didn't it? I had best sharpen up. Juvenator is playing Rise. What's wrong with you, man? Whatever, I don't care. I'll pretend I didn't see that. I mean, he was supposed to go and play 3 Ultimate. He was asking me if he should purchase a Wii U or a computer. Which is a weird question, but anyway. It's not a weird question, I guess, if you can't afford both. But he obviously was asking that question with 3 Ultimate in mind, but, you know, fucking hell. Imagine settling for a non-Monster Hunter game instead of a real one. This is a bit dangerous, but... Oh, didn't actually mean to do that. Let's do Dragon Blast now, I'm not going to wait forever. I got a bit of damage out, not as much as I could have, but... I was sick of waiting. Ow. Well, it doesn't fill me with too much excitement to be healing during a paralysis, but... Better to play it safe than... be an aggressive damage dealer at low health, thus risking death. Beers from Spain? Well, never had one. Don't want to have one now. I mean, I wasn't sitting around going, I'd love to have a beer from Spain, but yeah. Definitely don't want one. I think I've seen some around, but couldn't immediately tell you what they were. I'd love to do a Wyvern Fire. Please. Please? Fuck! Pretty sure that did not make contact. I'm fairly convinced of that. My stamina is not doing well. My health is not doing well. Thanks for the life powder. The speed at which that life powder went out really does give you an idea of the desperation that the team is expressing to get this quest finished successfully. I mean, I want to get this done successfully as well, let me tell you, but I can't help but feel that if it did end in failure, I could survive that emotionally. We did do 20 minutes of a fucking G5 Hellblade Glavenus quests, which ended in failure, so I feel like this wouldn't be anywhere near as bad. I feel like that I could live with it. But I guess the cumulative effects of failing so many quests would be damaging to my psyche. You can see my stamina management is becoming increasingly awkward. Oh, for fuck's sake. I technically contributed to it, so I can't complain. I can't complain, but it is so sad to see a quest failure with this monster. When this game came out, every team that I ever fought this monster with would fail completely. Like, just, you wouldn't even be close to succeeding. Now, most times, I mean 90% of the time, you will succeed in this hunt with a random team. So it is a shame to see failure. But anyway. I'm almost tempted to re-roll. And this is what I mean by re-roll. Hyper time, baby! Okay. What the fuck have you placed on the board? Do I want to know? Probably not. Case closed, desert arrest. How repulsive is it that they type case closed? It's enough to make me hurl. Case closed. No one refers to it as case closed. Case closed. I don't even know what it's called. What's that random, irrelevant English name for Detective Conan? I don't know. Anyway. Charge Blade, right? Yeah. I randomly decided for myself that I would use Charge Blade. I'll write a list in the chat, Magnum, of the Belgian beers that I would recommend that you try. I'll do it when I depart on the quest. Better to write them down because then you'll have to interpret what I've said into something that you could actually put in a list. Yeah, exactly. See, I didn't actually know that it was called Cased Closed. I hope I'm not saying cased. Case Closed. I didn't actually know that it had that name until a few years ago. Like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I had never heard of it. Like I didn't discover that show under that name, and I'd never heard of anyone refer to it with that name. So there you go. Oh, well, actually, I didn't intend to send that as an individual message, but I was trying to actually create a new line, but whatever. So, Triple Camelite. What else we got? Can I create a new line, please? How do I do that? On mobile. Fucking hell, I don't even know how to create a new line. I'll just, what I'll do is I'll just list them like this. Am I subscribed to myself? No, I don't think so. Subscribe to myself? You mean as far as No. Not on Twitch, no. You can't be subscribed. Maybe you can be subscribed to yourself, but... In response to that question, the answer is no. What else we got? Shimei... Doomlink Live is subscribed to Doomlink Live's channel. What? I don't know. I'm not sure. Sounds very weird. Must be some Twitch fuckwittery. I don't really understand it. But in case anyone wanted to know, I have not spent money on myself. In that sort of way, anyway. What else? I'm sick of being assaulted by cephaloes. What was that? Hold on, I'll bring the bottle. If you can find it, this is a nice one. It's backwards, but it's La Trappe Isidore. I'm including it in the list anyway. I was oh, never mind. I thought it was thrown into a different area. How are you? I've never seen how are you written as HRU, but I was able to work out what you meant. I run Dread Queen armor and Charge Blade. Well, good for you. No, thank you for letting me know. I don't know the Dread Queen armor skills, so I can't really appraise the quality of your choice of armor, but thanks for letting me know. Well, I've put those through. I'm not going to sit here doing nothing for too much longer. There are many more that are good, but those are some that come to mind. At least immediately. Oh, there's also, there are some that I just don't see much anymore, like Tlamon. Don't see Tlamon very much. Don't see Castile. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this subject. I'm hijacking the live stream with beer conversation. Well, yeah, you can see why I need to actually write them, right? I'll put in some more. What else? What's that one called again? Shit. Well, whatever. I'll put those two for now. There's one that I'm trying to think of, and I've forgotten it. Oh well. I'm sure it'll come springing back into mind momentarily. Have I even hit this monster? I must have, because I have Ripper Shield, but I don't really recall hitting the monster at all. I must have been so thoroughly distracted. What am I doing? That first one is trois mots. Trois mots. That's how you fucking pronounce that. Trois. Because that's the number 3 in French, and then you don't pronounce the S in M-O-N-T-S, so trois mots. And I guess the T is so soft you don't hear it either. 3 files should be fine for this. I feel like I haven't really been contributing very much here, but I don't regret that because this is a capture quest and I don't want to be contributing too much anyway. Because if I contribute too much, the monster shall die. I hate capture quests. Can I make that very clear? Sick of that. Yeah, so most of the Belgian beers are from the French-speaking Belgians. In Belgium you have 3 languages spoken, which is French, German, and Dutch. For the most part it's the French-speaking Belgians that are famous for the beer. You do have some that aren't that, like for example Vorsteiner. Vorsteiner is not a good beer, so don't drink it. So that would be an example of a German-speaking Belgian beer that you probably shouldn't drink. I mean, I'd sooner drink Vorsteiner than, I don't know, Stella Artois, but still, not great. Okay, I'm coming to the trap. Shut up! I'm here! I don't need to be, like, I'm sorry, that is my pet peeve. Being pinged to stand by a trap. In general, but if I'm literally making my way here, I don't need to be pinged for it. That is extremely frustrating. Can't believe it. Literally making my way to the trap and you ping me for it. That guy just put down a fucking trap. Because he didn't want to wait for the other one to be within range. I am of course concerned that the monster may die, but it wouldn't be the first failed quest that I've had to endure. Ugh. Look, Stella Artois is not good beer. It's terrible. It's literally the worst beer on offer from Belgium. Yet it is the most consumed. It's really bad. Like, it's not good beer at all. It's just one of those demonstrations of a developing shit taste in beer. Like, literally, the most successfully exported beer from Belgium, a country that is filled to the brim with amazing beer, is one of their worst beers on offer. So, it's sad. One brewery alone, Duvel Mortgat, that one fucking brewery shits on Stella Artois so fulsomely that words fail to describe it. Like, that one brewery is responsible for Duvel, La Chouffe, Brigand, Pirate, Maredzu. There's so many, and they're all 10 times better than fucking Stella Artois. But anyway. La Chouffe was one of the ones that I was trying to think of. But anyway, I'm just gonna end... I don't want to continue along these lines. I mean, as much as I love discussing it, I know that much of my audience doesn't give a shit, so... I would be loath to continue the discussion with that in mind. La Corne. I've not heard of that one. La Corne. Have not actually heard of that. This is where things get a little awkward. And the reason why is because we're 10 minutes into the hunt, and the monster that needs to be captured is not limping, so we are actually at quite a high risk of killing it accidentally. Come to think of it, it is hyper, so I don't know why they were trying to capture it so soon after the hunt had begun. I guess they were a little bit overconfident. Arse. I don't even want to talk about how I failed that. Most of it related to the fact that... Oh, he's limping. Okay. Just in case no one knows that he's limping, I've pinged for it. The reason why I failed that energy blade is because it came out much later than I intended for it to come out. Sadly, hunter ants do not respond as cleanly as one would hope. Those two are going the faster route. They really are. I'm taking the long route. The scenic route, I suppose one would say. Hey, Takashi. And thanks for the resub. Our Outbreak, Blue Outbreak, I guess, says, I joined stream to hear exhausted sigh. Well, I suppose exasperated more than exhausted. But yeah, as long as we succeed, I'm happy. I've got a trap if you don't, but looks like you do. At least we all remembered that it was a capture quest, that's one good thing. Occasionally you depart on capture quests with people who forget that it's a capture quest. And I will not deny that sometimes I can be one of those people, but yeah. Can we all just appreciate that Takashi is on a 15-month subscription streak for my channel? Incidentally, the only person who continued to watch me after that super rad raid in 3 Ultimate 15 months ago. Thanks, guys. I mean, they were all seemingly enamored with me, but didn't stick around, so thanks, Takashi, seriously. Well, all of those who subscribed, I mean to say. Well, not subscribed, but followed at that time. But they didn't stick around. I think there were maybe 5 of them who stuck around for about a week. Maybe 2. But Takashi's the only one who actually stayed, so... Oh, okay. That's true, it must have been more than 15 months ago, because... Yeah, I wasn't, Really? You weren't even able to subscribe back then? It's possible, yeah. I suppose you would be right, yeah. Well... I guess I'm not keeping track of the time. Would it have been as long as 2 years ago? I suppose that's possible, yeah. I don't remember when that was. I can't go 15 months without getting banned. Very impressive. Well, you don't strike me as the sort of person who would do something that would cause me to ban you. I can't speak for other live streamers, but yeah, I don't know. As long as you're not mindlessly trolling, it's fine. Like, express any opinion you want, I don't care. I really should have internalized what was there. Hold on, have I joined a random room? I have, yeah. I'm not in control of this room. Whoever posts does so without my approval, and rightly so. Nagakuga in the Jurassic Frontier. That very quest name shows that they had no ideas for this one. They were like, fuck it. We don't have a cute or funny name for this quest, so let's just call it how it is. Nagakuga in the Jurassic Frontier. I don't know, maybe they ran out of time. Maybe they had a set period of time where the guy who came up with all the super funny quest names could write them all, and he just couldn't get to that one, so they just wrote that. Fine. I'll live with it. I suppose I can tolerate a small number of unfunny quest names. Oh, banned on Twitch. I thought you meant banned by specific live streamers. That's a bit of a different story. It's not that hard to get banned on Twitch. Because Twitch are... I don't even know where to start with them. First of all, they're a bunch of weak cowards. And second of all, they can go and fuck themselves. That's probably all I need to say about them. I think we all get it. Oh, that was you who told me that story. Yes, I do remember that. You mentioned monkeys, so it must relate to black people in some way. That is really funny. It ended up missing the glass and ended up on my hand. That is really unseemly behaviour. To be licking one's hand like an animal on camera. I must redress this beer-covered hand. Yeah, proceeds to do so anyway. Well, I couldn't waste it. It really was not that great though. No, not the sink. I had a tissue. Okay. Doomsink won't be making a return. That was one day. Literally, I can't remember why, but I think I had something on my hands. Might have been a... What would it have been? I had something on my hands, and so I went into the bathroom to wash them, but I didn't mute my microphone, and consequently, you could hear the sink in the background. Because of the compression, it boosted the background sound of the sink, and then I suppose it was referred to as Doomsink. I am really not doing well when it comes to supporting my team. It helps to be in the room with them. But I'm here now. I'll play my music. I'll confirm what I'm playing. That's the wrong note. Let's try again. Okay. Game-wise. Game-wise. Wrong note again? Apparently I can't fucking play the hunting horn, who would have thought? Next time hit me, please. It's rather embarrassing to see you miss me so close. Or be so close to hitting me and then be unable to hit me. Alright, that's enough support for you guys. Now I'll do my own thing. No. No. I don't really need a tax harder to break anyway, I don't think. I'll live with it. Oh. He says, and then in the same breath has to admit that actually attacks harder to break is entirely required. It's called attack deflection prevention here, which is incidentally a better way of explaining that than attacks harder to break, but I didn't, conceive of that myself. That was the original translation of whatever the Japanese was. It used to be attacks harder to break. But yeah, attack deflection prevention is more accurate. Entirely so. You know what I don't like about this monster? It's trying way too hard. This is literally a try-hard monster. I'm not a fan. What's your problem? For a second I thought that flash bomb was going to somehow interrupt the mount. Fortunately it didn't. I'm just trying to keep on target with the face. Here we go. Am I expecting a KO? No. But I may as well attempt to get one. I think it would be a dereliction of duty on the part of the hunting horn user to actually just completely ignore the fact that the weapon type has KO functionality. So I will at least try. And we should get a KO, honestly, because I can see that the hunting horn guy is contributing to it. I don't care, I'll take a hit. I will poorly position myself and consequently take a hit, I don't mind. I deserve it, obviously. Well, good trap positioning. About that KO, I think it's time, thank you. Sonic Smash! Here we fucking go. Hunting Horn actually dealing damage, holy shit. What a strange spectacle. Wait, I think it starts with red, doesn't it? If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Ow. And you're leaving. I'll queue up my notes and then I'll wait until we move to the next area. Sometimes people stay to receive the effects of the hunting horn user's songs, and then other times they just don't. Why am I going in the opposite direction to where the monster is? I'll tell you why. It's because I thought that I was a different color to what I actually was. Sometimes, instead of watching where you are in the location, you're instead watching the, like, from the map, the little player indicators, the arrows. That's what I was looking at. And so I thought that I was someone else. Just for a brief moment I thought that I wasn't me. And it was rather embarrassing. Stop! Don't interrupt my song. Don't do it. I hate you so much. That's my attack song. You can interrupt anything else, just not that. It's a bit late to be complaining now. I just have to... No, stop. Don't you dare. Alright, defense is next. Don't get caught in that shit. A bit late for the defense up. It comes after that guy takes, like, the heaviest hit possible from the Nagakuga. I actually don't know how much I'm contributing. I'd say I'm doing something. Well, I mean as an individual. I'm obviously boosting the damage of the team, and that is quite sufficient, but I just mean as far as me as a guy swinging a horn around and hitting the monster. Stay in one place, for God's sake. Get a life. Please. Sorry, I apologize for that. Unless that's going to achieve some sort of KO damage application, I don't think it's appropriate for me to be doing the super pound like that. Or I suppose if it's for playing a note, and it wasn't for that. I just randomly decided to do a super pound and that resulted in someone being thrown away from the monster. Or rather into the monster, but at the very least being forced to wait for that animation to conclude before being able to attack, which was very unhelpful. The monster's sleeping. I know where you're going. I suppose most would. It's not all that impressive. You should die momentarily. Leaks has an automatic shout which says traps are real waifus, which is great. If he really believed that, he wouldn't be calling them traps. Alright. Yeah, I had a feeling that that energy blade would kill him. Very good. I'm contributing, look. Yeah. I did get one good Sonic Smash 3 out there. It was fairly well done. I'll do one more hunt and that will conclude my live stream, I think. That should be enough. But yeah, I ended up holding on to this bottle. I don't know why. It's got an old man on it. I didn't realise that... Fucking hell. This whole damn recording I've had part of the black edge of the green screen on camera. Anyway. How do I stop flipping it? Oh. Here we go. It's got an old man on it. Look at him. It's a very nice beer, actually. I would say better than La Trappe Blonde, I would say. It's got a sweet edge to it. It's good. I only have 9 Nagakuga mantles in this game. That's kind of incredible. I thought for sure that I would have more. Seriously? Well, good on them, I guess. At least they're fucking passionate about it. Shonen, Winged Nocturne. Okay. In what way does this refer to a shonen? I can't even read the... Now this is just insulting. I can't even read the client message. I have to join up on the quest to read the fucking client message. I'm insulted. Alright, what am I doing? Dual blades. That would be fine. Fire, I think. In which case I'll use blunt. A rock door dual blades, I think. Or is it dual cutku? Cutku. I swear I've got other ones. Let me have a look. Don't I? I must be oh, I'm thinking, excuse me, I'm thinking of the sword and shield. The Uroktor sword and shield is indeed a blunt one. Alright, can I now read the fucking client message? Here we go. Do you like Malfestio, the night flyer with wings like deep starry skies? Yeah? Then get out on the Jurassic frontier, hunt the night away, and I'll give you an item to help forge some special gear. Okay, so how the fuck does this refer to shonen? Either the genre or young boys. I don't understand. Oh, shonen magazine boss, that's how it relates to it. But still, why? I guess it's just a, it's literally one of the event quests, that's why. The equipment that you make obviously relates to something to do with shonen magazine, so. Shonen Jump, presumably, is what I actually meant. There is no magazine called Shonen Magazine, there is Shonen Jump, which is Shonen Jumpu, if I were to properly pronounce it. Who the fuck, what's going on? Please help me. Can you fuck off? You can run in circles for as long as you want. It is not going to change the situation. You have two fucking choices. Either you join our quest or you fuck off. That's it. Is this the same person who was doing this last time? I swear. Because I remember the last person who was pulling this crap, not literally the last person, but the person beforehand. Like, not the one who I hunted with and then died twice in the Hellblade hunt. But the person before that was wearing the same outfit. And the skills were the same, I think. Possibly? No, maybe not. I don't know. It could very well be that we've now had two people running full Glavenus X who have sought fit to literally just post their own quest and beg in the most embarrassing and stomach-churning fashion. Alright, what are you going to do now? Leave? Absolute clown. Alright, we can three-man this. It's a cry for help. Yeah, well. Anyway. Alex Bunya says he could join, and after we could help. Well, this is the reality. What you just proposed as a solution would require careful thought and consideration. That person is incapable of that. That person is borderline retarded, if not actually retarded, so it's not really helpful to say that. Yes, cooperation is necessary. You can't just turn up, post your own quest, and beg. It's pathetic. It's unseemly. And really, for any person with a remotely functioning brain, it would be infra dignitatum. But your average person who plays this game is unfortunately not your typical human being with morals and values and, you know, shame and dignity, most people who play this game, honestly, are the dregs of human society. So, yeah. You really can't expect too much. Thank you for 2 signals. The first one was completely confusing. I was thinking, well, why on earth would a person be signaling whilst in combat with the monster? And then the second one made it clear. It was like, oh, of course, yeah, he's signaling that the monster's here. I wouldn't have worked it out without the second one. Shut up. All I wanted was to get my charge all the way up, and you can see that despite being very close to having achieved that, I haven't quite done so. Oh, thank you for telling me. When did for how long has that been placed in the middle of the screen? I hope not for too long. But thank you for letting me know, Tal. I appreciate that. Fucking hell. I'm confused again. If you can believe it, I actually was operating upon the assumption, quite incorrectly, that my x-axis was also flipped by the confusion. So I moved my camera in the opposite direction to what I intended to move it in, and yeah, that is not how that works. I'm getting totally destroyed by this monster, and I don't know why. It's honestly embarrassing. A while now? Well, thanks for letting me know, Outbreak, seriously. Yeah, it was entirely my stylistic decision to be positioned in the middle of the fucking screen. So, yeah. All of my appreciation. Ow. In most cases, I am the only person who can be a custodian of my own standards. No one else seems to care or notice. But Tal has rescued me, and I thank him for that. Bloodwind. Surely I have Bloodwind 3. Am I still using Bloodwind 2? Are you for real? This is embarrassing. Ugh. At least I wasn't muted for the entire stream. Well, that's the sort of thing I would notice, I think. Ugh. Leaks is dead. Are we going to fail this fucking hyper Malfestio quest now? Is that what we've come to? That really... Oh my god, are we... My dark-faced, crimson-eyed visage falls to the floor. In an acutely lugubrious display of dismay, which is a bad rhyme. Don't rhyme display with dismay. That's not good. That's just cheesy. Seriously though, we shouldn't have failed that. That was ridiculous. Really not good. And let's not forget that I was playing like complete shit. I was playing like complete hot garbage, and I still survived, so I don't know what's going on. What are you attempting to communicate? The irony is that Uwu is about all I can fucking read. I think the moral of the story is don't type UWU. Uwu. Don't type that. That was the beginning of your issue. Again, that was supposed to be my last quest, but we failed it, so I'll do another, but... yeah. Yes, I guess. Well, it's not my call, so I'll leave it with Bunya. Sure, says Alex Bunya. Bunya just looks like Bunyip. And the Bunyip is just a fucking weird, deformed kangaroo thing in Australian folklore, so... Alex Bunyip over there is apparently willing to do it again, which is fine. No, not Insect Glaive, actually. No, I will do Insect Glaive, I just won't be mounting. Because I'm not going to try and mount that tiny monster. Actually, let's keep with this. I'm not degrading. There is no such degradation to speak of. I'm in good form. Or, well, maybe not good form, but I'm doing alright. But yes, just one more hunt, one more full hunt, one full successful hunt will do me. Ugh. Fucking Bob Lazar over here with his cat. Element 115. As you do. Howdy, brothers, says Alex Bunya. Okay. Howdy to you as well. Howdy, partner. I fucked my sister. Fuck me sideways. Like, really? He may have accidentally sent it. In which case I would be of the mind to forgive him. But outside of that, I mean, why else would you be uttering the word howdy? Unless it's a joke, you shouldn't be using that word. Can I please get a colour that's not white? Or green, for that matter? It's actually pretty hard to hit the wings and the head of this monster. Yeah, okay. Are you going to force me to actually do specific targeting? Wow. There's orange. Red, I think, is going to be hard. Okay, I've got my orange, but... And when I say I've got it, the insect returned to me. When I get red, please... Stop! What would you have me do? Hit me. Thanks. How am I going to get red? Like this, I think. Try again. Try again. Thank you. God. Not the easiest. Insect Glaive with this monster really isn't as fun as it may look. Or at least not as fun as it may first seem. Why so many flashes? I've got no idea. Maybe the guy is from Freedom Unite or something. Freedom Unite players are flash happy. Like really flash happy. They get very excited about flash bombs. They think that it's going to automatically make the game easier. When in some cases it actually doesn't. Can actually make things harder, but they don't notice it because their experience with the game is so shallow that they can't see the difference between a flash bomb helping And a flash bomb making it harder. So... that would be Freedom Unite players in a nutshell. Come on. Don't hit me with an attack. That would be your standard request to a monster. Don't hit me with an attack. Yeah. I mean, sounds fair to me. Alright, can I get Extract Hunter off? Yes, I can, because the monster is stuck in one place. If the monster were not stuck in one place, maybe there would be an element of concern when it came to that point. Someone's gonna die fairly soon. But not on account of the assistance given by the cat. Because the cat is practically just... well, the cat is mounting, so I guess the cat is contributing, but still, I mean, cats in general should not exist. Rah, says Alex Bunya. Do we all need to fucking read that? It's not improving on my immersion to read you typing rah in the chat. I mean, it's embarrassing to start with. It's actually embarrassing. And then second of all, it just distracts me. And it trivializes the chat. If the chat is there for strategy, then great. But if it's there for me to read your stupid, you know, self-insert anime protagonist bullshit, it's actually more of a cringe fest than something helpful to anyone who's playing the game alongside you. Don't want to be that guy, but that's the reality. I'm sick of reading that shit. It's embarrassing. There are a lot of people, and you find them pretty quickly. Like, there's a certain degree of cringe that you reach when you start putting Naruto quotes in there, like Rasengan and all of that shit. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And then you've got the Sword Art Online ones too. They're all there. They exist. Maybe not so much these days because half the community doesn't speak English. But yeah, the chat is there to distract them so that they die faster. Yeah. An Outbreak says, cease any form of retaliation and allow me to beat you into clothes. That is basically what it is, yeah. Especially in this game with transmog. What is this? Magic Realm Key? I don't even know what it makes. Magic Realm Key, I'll have to find out. It's probably ugly, whatever it is. Magic Realm Key. To what that refers, I don't know. But I will check. I could actually... it would speed things up if I used the Monster Hunter Double Cross Dex. Let me do that. Would you like to disconnect? It may look as if I'm just selecting no intentionally every time, but I am inputting left on my D-pad to go to the yes option, and the game's like, no you're not. No you're not. That you're not doing that, so you're going to select no every fucking time. Dickheads. Alright. Alright, Double Cross Dex. Magic Realm Key. It's for a longsword, which is interesting. We'll see if it looks good. No, that's not where we go to fucking forge weapons, Doomlink. We go here. It's rarity, it's either rarity 8 or here it is. Oh. It's not ugly, but it's not attractive either. I suppose the scabbard does look like a key, but it's Not any sort of key that you'd expect to see in real life, because you generally don't have curved keys. Russian blue, blue cheese scabbard. References to blue cheese. Really funny. Silver wing longsword. Now that looks cool. I love the Valstrax stuff. Ubel Equité. Anyway. That's going to be it for this live stream, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. And I shall bid you farewell for now. I'll probably be recording tomorrow. I would like to be recording tomorrow. I do realise that I don't record live streams all that much. I would like to do more, but I generally don't. But anyway, I'll see you all next time, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.